Welcome back to the Functional Longevity Podcast. We give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. My name is Chris Porter, best-selling author and owner of Yes Fitness, and I want to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Yes Fitness. Most people lose energy, strength, and the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Yes Fitness, we help people 40 plus live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things that they love to do. I'd like to first thank you all for taking some time to listen to what we have to say today. I think you find it extremely interesting. We have a special guest with us today, Mindy. Thank you for coming on board.
You're very welcome.
And she's one of our big supporters, and I thought you might find her story interesting. But before we get to that, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. If you want to get a transcript or a timestamp of this episode, you can head on over to yesfitnessct.com. Right on the top there, press the podcast button, and you can get access to all of our 252 broadcasts now. You can also get this podcast wherever podcasts are found. I want to let you know that we have now been in business for 25 years. That's a long time to be in the fitness industry. We are the longest family-owned coaching center, I would bet, in the state. I know in this area for sure. I would bet in the state of Connecticut. And if you're interested to find out why we've survived so long, helping people, you can take advantage of our 25-year special, which is $25 for 25 days. You get to work with expert coaches for $25 for 25 days. And I can guarantee you that in those 25 days, we will bring you towards your goal. We may not be able to reach your goal in 25 days. That would mean we really did some magic in most cases, but we can get you going in the right direction. You can see that an investment in your health and fitness is something that you really should try to do. So if you want to take advantage of that, just head on over to yesfitnessct.com, click on the button and schedule your complimentary strategy session, or give us a call at 860-673-4293. Any one of those things, message me on this broadcast, and someone will get back to you for sure. That's what we're known for, getting back to people. And finally, just a quick housekeeping note that for the 4th of July, we're going to be closed July 3rd, that Monday night. We will be here in the morning. It's going to be a long 4-day weekend for most people. We will be closed the 4th of July, and we will be back open July 5th, Wednesday morning. That is typically a very quiet week for us. So let's get started with our special guest, Mindy. Mindy, again, thank you for taking some time to talk to us today. She just finished her workout, and she was a little concerned with how she looked. I think she looks great.
Pretty tired.
Despite crushing it over there today. We did have the air conditioning on because it is humid out, right?
Yeah.
So let's just start off with what were your problems? What problems were you having before you joined Yes Fitness?
Well, I had just turned 70.
You see, you wouldn't know that looking at you. 70, wow, you look great.
But I was really trying to get my health back. I'd been through some tough times. So we had lost our daughter.
I know.
And there was a pretty difficult time in our lives. So I decided that it was time for me to get myself in shape. So I started working out by myself at home with silver sneakers, which I thought was very productive, but ended up being not so productive because I felt I wasn't really getting anywhere. And it wasn't, I felt a little bit more energetic, but I didn't have the results I wanted. And also my depression, my state of mind wasn't getting better. So around that time, I ran into your podcasts on Facebook. For some reason, you just showed up.
Popped up.
Just popped up at the right time,
Oh, there you go.
And the student's ready, the teacher appears, and I just was watching you for 1 year, a whole year every Tuesday.
Really?
I really did. And I said, there's something about this place. I just think I need to just walk in. And I did. And it was the best decision I ever made.
I'm grateful for that.
I took the 1 month trial period, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to do this for a month, and then I can do this on my own. But I was just hooked after that.
So thank you for listening to the podcast for a year.
I loved it. I still do.
Yeah, walking through the front door is the most difficult thing.
It was.
It always is. We hear that all the time. And once you're inside those doors, we do our best, I think, to get people feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
And getting going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
What did the frustration feel like that you were trying to solve when you're trying to solve those problems?
I was trying to solve it by myself, and I just didn't have enough knowledge. And I knew that I wasn't at a place where I wanted to be to reach my goals, which was to have the best year of my life, my 70s going forward. And after listening to your podcast, you had so many things about health and nutrition and fitness, and it's all the goals I was trying to achieve. And I said, I think these people have what I need. But I was still intimidated and afraid to walk in the door.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Because I heard the word gym, and right away I'm figuring, I wasn't going to be with people that were like me. And boy, was I wrong. Because the people I've met here, and it doesn't matter what day I come, I usually typically come Monday and Thursday, but if I come any other days, it makes no difference. Like everybody here is just, they're like my tribe.
Your tribe, that's it, right?
I just feel very comfortable here.
Now, when you were doing Silver Sneakers, Silver Sneakers has a great program. You were doing it online?
I did it. Yeah, I watched the videos. And
you watched the videos online. Okay, so
I did a few of the things you do here, but not to the extent. And I was doing the same things over and over. And I didn't realize that every 6 weeks you change our program.
That's
it's
important.
A little bit harder, a little more challenging, but you have a lot more progress. So that's why it was a good program, but it wasn't enough for me.
One of the keys to have it be exercise or in training is that you need to progressively overload. You need to just a little bit within reason to make sure you're not getting hurt, but just that little bit. And if you're not doing that on your own, if we're not making specific changes, then you're going to feel those feelings that you had. Like you felt good right in the beginning, you were feeling this and that, but then you didn't really make those next steps of feeling good.
And I was also very afraid of getting hurt because I had torn my rotator cuff about 4 years ago. And I never had it repaired, but it sort of repaired itself. So I was babying it, and afraid to do this, afraid to do that. And my trainer, John, has given me moves that help me to strengthen that area. And actually, this shoulder with the torn rotator cuff is stronger than the other one now.
Wow, that's not unusual.
Really?
Especially when athletes get injured. Let's say have the ACL injury or whatever it might be. They'll rehab that specific joint or those muscles, and sometimes they come out stronger than the other side because that's what the focus has been on for so long. So it could catch up.
Well, I got work on this side too. But anyway, it was so that was one of my fears, is that I was going to go to the gym and I was going to get hurt and then I wouldn't be able to continue, but it was nothing like that. I felt completely safe here. And I got to move along at my own pace. I pushed a little bit sometimes when I didn't want to be, but it turned out okay.
Injury is a huge concern.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as we get older, it's more challenging to recover. I'm just overcoming my own surgery, and boy, it feels like I've never exercised at all. And I was in pretty good shape before the surgery, and it's like starting over, boy, especially cardiovascularly. But yeah, you got to try to make sure that you don't get injured for sure.
I also have osteoporosis in the hip area. So it was important to me to build that up, build the muscles up around the bone to see if that would, and we do a lot of squats and things like that would help with that.
Have you been retested?
I haven't. I am not eligible for another year.
That's going to be interesting.
Well, I've chosen not to do the bone density, bone drugs that they want to give me. I've chosen not to do that. So I use vitamin D3 and K, zinc, and all the vitamins I can.
You don't do some supplements, right?
Plus this.
Plus some weight-bearing activity.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be interested to hear what those numbers are 2 years from now.
I'll see if it's helped or at least stayed the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you take us to the moment or moments when you realized we were actually helping to solve those problems for you? Do you remember that?
I don't. I don't really have a specific moment. I just have so many. I'll be at home and I have all these groceries and my husband brushes out, tell me bring the groceries in. And I'm like, I got like 3 bags in my arm saying, I got this. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I don't know why they're just like, and the other thing is I'm trying more things out that I've been afraid to do that have really nothing to do with physical working out, like things that I'd be afraid to do because I didn't have the confidence. It's like, well, if I can do this and that was hard, maybe I can do that. So it's transferred to other areas of my life.
Absolutely. I don't think people realize it. until they do something that they couldn't do before.
And I
they feel
really walked
different,
in here feeling so weak. And I had no confidence. And for some reason, I had more now.
Did I do your strategy session? I must have done your strategy session.
You did. I think I cried through a lot of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of people cry during those. That happens. Well, your daughter in that whole situation, absolutely.
I was very depressed, but like I can't say that I am now. It's not the same. It's different. And I feel stronger, more courageous, and I have more life in me to move forward, because I think that's what she would do if she was here.
Yeah.
So.
I just Mary just did a review for us on the website, and our first thing to come in was just to lose weight, and then she has all these other things like you have found out that exercise, strength training, lifting weights is so much more than just trying to lose weight.
It really is. It really
so much more than just trying to big and bulky, right? There's so many other aspects of it. She went to a doctor, her numbers are better, all kinds of stuff. So it's really terrific.
State of mind. I'm sleeping better. One of my big issues was insomnia. I didn't get more than 2 hours a night.
Wow.
And so that's changed. It's gotten better. So everything is more in balance.
You spoke about it just for a second there. You talked about when you come in, just the community and the support. You've never been to another gym, have you?
I did. I have a place at the Cape, and I joined a gym there before I met you guys, because I thought I was moving there. It was like 5 years ago. And the trainer took me around, showed me all the equipment, the machinery, showed me everything once. And then I went in the next day. I was totally lost. And then you felt like you couldn't ask anyone. You felt intimidated, and then you bother anyone. And I didn't go back. I didn't enjoy it, and I didn't like the people. No one talked to you. There was no warmth.
Right.
So that didn't work for me. So I thought this, I was afraid that this would be the same kind of thing, but it was completely the opposite, really. And it was just, I work it's not exactly one-on-one. It's sometimes we have 3 people in our group, but that's good too, because you get to see what other people are doing, how far they've come. Some people in my class have been there like 15 years, and I'm watching them lift these heavy weights, and I can inspire, and they encourage me.
Yeah. 10 years, a quick story, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, before we were Yes Fitness, we were Fitness Advantage, we did one-on-one training. And my business coach, Alan and Rachel Cosgrove, says, you have to do semi-private training. You really need to coach more than one person at a time. And there's just this stigmatism like, oh, you can't do that. You got to be one-on-one.
I think it's great.
But
I like it.
The research shows that when you work out with other people, you get inspired. You inspire other people. You get better results. You have this camaraderie. And you're all working on your programs, right?
We are.
What are specific to you, but you're still able to just have that group feeling, because some people just love group exercise because of that energy and all the people in the room and stuff like that. But you can get that same thing in a semi-private training.
Yeah.
And still have a coach watching you.
And the people I work out with are very encouraging to me, because they know how when I first came in, I'm lifting up like 4 pounds, like, and now I can do so much better. So they're happy for me, and I'm happy for them. So I love this place.
Thank you.
It's true.
One thing that's extremely interesting here is she's 70 years old.
I'll be 71 in a week and a half.
71 should be a week and a half.
Yeah.
And she goes to the Cape, and you work out on the Cape, right?
I do.
She does a program written by us, specific to the Cape. So she's actually works on 2 different programs. She has a program in here, and she travels a lot, so she has a program at the Cape. So talk to us about that experience, being able to do that.
I do. I work out twice a week there, sometimes 3 times, but it's like once you start doing this, your body calls for it. It's like you can't just be there and sit in the chair. It's like, I just got to get up and do what I did before. And I sort of know the program so well that I sometimes don't even have to look on the video anymore. It's like I just kind of do what I did before I left to continue on. And I bought all the equipment. I got the ball, I got the weights, I got the TRX, I've got everything. I bring it with me back and forth.
Oh, do you even the TRX? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Everything. Everything goes, man.
That's good. That's
I got all stuff except for the step, and I don't like your box that you use. So I don't bring it. But no, I try. I really do try, unless I'm sick or not feeling well. But
so our programs are delivered on a Bridge app. I use a phone, tablet, whatever it is possibly used.
Tablet,
so
iPad.
Tell us about your experience in utilizing that, especially not so much in here, but when you're out on the road?
It's pretty much the same. If I forget how to do an exercise, I just click on the exercise, and there you are, modeling it for me. I can see your face, and I'm like, okay, I better do this. And it's very simple to use.
When we went to the Bridge app during COVID, we were really concerned with, I'm going to try to be politically correct here. Our clientele's a little bit older, and technology can be a little intimidating at times.
Yeah, it is a little intimidating.
It can be at times, right? But
I had a little trouble
in the beginning. But now that you've used to it, you just roll right along. It's really easy, right? So if you're not living in the area,
it could be done that way, remotely.
Absolutely. We can help you remotely. That's terrific. We have quite a few people remotely now since that just time since COVID. I know it's what COVID is, but they just realized that, our schedule might not coincide with their schedule, or, they have everything at home. They just bored, don't know what to do. So we have quite a few people that actually.
Well, that was one of the main reasons I was afraid to commit to join, because I knew that like every third week I had to be away. Yeah. I'm like, is this still going to be worth it for me? But it's fine.
I'm very jealous.
Are you? Don't be.
So can you tell me what your favorite exercise is? Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
They're all very challenging in their own way. I don't really have a favorite exercise, but I like all of them really. Once you get through the first week, when they're all so hard and you don't really know how to do them, you have to master them. Like by the second or third week, then I kind of like all of them. I don't like jumping on the box. I can tell you what I don't like. I have trouble with that one.
I was going to say, what exercises don't you like?
That's the one I don't like. So if I told John that, he would make sure that's on my next schedule. So don't tell him.
Get you over that.
I said that, but everything else, I don't mind doing almost anything.
You brought up a point there that I don't think people realize is so important in getting results. You say the first week, you kind of learn it, and then we're moving along. For a long time, people thought that, the muscles needed confusion to make change and things like that. So they want to change your programs and we trained like this for years, long time ago. And we would change our workouts every time they came in the door.
Oh.
And really, now that they've done some research on that, they realize that when people come in the door, they may not realize it, but they're more anxious.
Yes.
They don't know what to expect. And plus, you need to learn those movement patterns. You need to groove them, and to be able to increase the intensity, make it a little bit harder. After 3 to 6 workouts, so around a month's time, you need to change if you're not making some kind of progress, or the body gets bored and the mind gets bored.
One of the things that I didn't mean to interrupt you, but one of the things I noticed that's really good, because I have problems with my balance for some reason. And sometimes using weights at the same time as doing an exercise or the tippy bird is difficult for me. And John will just try without the weights. And I master it without the weights. And then I come in and I don't even know he's doing it. And he slips a weight in my hand and says, just try one. And then I'm doing it. And then there's the other one. Before I know it, I'm doing it.
You're doing it. So,
and it's like, because your mind is your worst enemy. You have right?
Oh yeah.
So you can't tell yourself that you can't do it. You just have to. I just try. I always try my best. Sometimes I walk out feeling like, I just did terrible today, but most of the time I don't. You people make us feel successful.
Thank you. I think our coaches do an excellent job
they are wonderful.
Reading people and understanding what they need to do and how to get them to do that. And some people need a little different push than other people. And I don't think we typically give people more than they can handle, which is important. That little bit of success, you build on success. And that's how we overcome things.
I was a special ed teacher. So I know about taking people where they are. And if I can make just a little bit of progress every time, I consider that successful. And I think you do that here.
Thanks. Thank you.
I feel that. So anyway, I love this place, and you're stuck with me for a while.
Especially since you train on your own, on the road. So you're not going anywhere.
I'd rather do it here, but
what would you tell anyone who's on the fence, thinking about whether they should try us out, join, or anything like that?
I would just do what I did. I would try to find you on Facebook, listen to some of your podcasts, just get educated, know what you are all about, because you truly care about people. This isn't just business for you. You care how people do, and you like the people. Like most people that you don't like, I don't think stay. I think that there's some people that don't fit, so they don't end up here. But the people that fit, we're like a family. And I would just say, listen to the podcast. If you feel good about it, just walk in the door and talk to someone, because you won't be disappointed. There's no one here that doesn't know so much about what you need. And if they don't know, they find out. And they'll say, I don't know, but I'll find out. And next time I come in, they've got the answer.
I appreciate all those kind words.
But they're all true. And it was so easy for me to do because they're all true.
I really appreciate you taking some time to talk to our audience today.
Very welcome.
We really enjoyed it. And Min, you've been here September.
10 months.
Yeah. So it's
anniversary almost.
Almost anniversary, almost a year's time. So that's terrific. So
it doesn't feel like it though.
No,
it feels like I'm just at the beginning of my journey. I've got so much more to learn. And I really want to be the best I can be in every way. So working hard at it.
Yeah. Well, thank you as well for taking the time to listen to what she has to say and in her story. I hope it's inspiring. I know it inspires me every time someone comes on and tells us their story, because there's always some things that I don't know. So I don't really ever coach you.
No.
So there's some progress and some things that I don't always know about that I learned during these things, which is always, this is why we do it. Just makes us feel good. So
thank you for asking me.
You're welcome. So that's it for today. I want everybody to have a great evening, and you can look for us next Tuesday. We're going to give you more insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching.